Buonasera everyone, my name is Vulpe and this, finally, is the Red Dead Redemption 2 review. Whoa there, cowboy! What do you think you're doing here? Oh, I'm sorry I don't. Well, you see, because you're a believer. You believe Red Dead Redemption 2 is the game you want it to be. You believe that it's worth the hype. Well, yeah, I'm a believer. I believe this game is exactly worth the hype. You know what? How about you duel me? Whoever wins this duel is right. I'm not gonna duel you. That's not happening. Wait, chicken? Oh, you chicken boys? Listen, I'm not chicken. You want to duel? Alright, let's duel. Let's duel. Okay, hopefully that wasn't a little too cringy for you guys. I'm in theater, that's what I do, but hopefully I wanted to kind of combine that in this review, but I wanted something different, so I'm sorry, but hopefully you kind of got a little laugh or some sort of, well, it's kind of cool, but sorry if you did not like it. Now, Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, my sweet Jesus. We've been waiting 8 years for this. 8 years! Actually, no, sorry. Red Dead Redemption 2 Red Dead 1 came out in 2010, right? So, we played it for about a year, so let's say 7 years. I'll be nice, I'll be kind. We've been waiting 7 years for this. I'm a huge Red Dead fan, okay? I played on the PS3. I got what is it? What's this called again? The strategy guide, that's what it's called. Strategy guides. I absolutely loved the first game. I played the heck out of this game, okay? This is, actually, I'll do a little snippet for you guys. So it's pretty cool. If you guys ever get a chance to get strategy guides, I kind of like strategy guides. Not to like use them, I just kind of like them having in my collection. I'm a big collector's edition fan as well, so that kind of combines into all that. But when I saw the announcement for this game, I got so excited. My computer went straight in, and I couldn't wait. Just like many other people around the world, we couldn't wait. So, does it live up to the hype? Does it live up to my hype? Did I enjoy it? Well, you're about to find out. Now, I know multiple times I've said, okay, I'll do the story first and the gameplay and all this, but the more I do this, the more I kind of just feel, you know what, I'm kind of just going to start with this and then transition into whatever I feel is necessary. So, of course, I'm going to start with the story like I always do. So, the story is basically, you play as Arthur Morgan. He's in this gang of outlaws, but not everyone is technically an outlaw. You have this big old group of people, and yes, there are a lot of outlaws in this group, like Dutch, Micah, Hosea, all these are, yeah, they're technically outlaws. And of course, John Marston. I cannot believe I almost forgot him. But John, he's in this game. And when I saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, of course, we played as him for a whole game, but just seeing his start in the world, seeing how he got to be where he is, was really, really cool. But you're not playing as him, you're playing as one of his friends, because John and Arthur actually have this kind of relationship, because you actually hear in the story, no spoilers of course, but you hear in the story that Arthur doesn't really kind of like John towards the beginning, because John left the group for a little bit and he came back, but of course Dutch let him back in. Dutch is the leader of the group, by the way, and Arthur kind of doesn't really like John, and I understand that, I completely do. I put myself in Arthur's shoes, and so I kind of get that, but I still really like John. So throughout the whole game, you get to grow with all these characters, whoever it may be. And there's some girls in the gang. Some of them are just kind of living through the gang. They're just kind of trying to survive. And of course, we have Abigail and Jack. And if you guys don't know, that's John's wife and son. And it's really cool to see Jack. I mean, yes, we did see Jack in the first game as a little boy, but seeing him kind of have to grow up through all these things. And he actually does experience some stuff that a kid shouldn't experience, which kind of sucks. But when you're in a gang like that, there's really not much to do. Now, personally, as a theater actor, I know it's different than voice acting, but I have to give respect where respect is due. And everyone, I don't care who, I don't care if there's an NPC, or they're all NPCs, I don't care if it's just some side civilian you meet on the road, or if it's an actual gang member, they all have great dialogue. And especially when you're just writing on some missions, and there's a lot of writing in this game, but when you're writing with your friends, sometimes you're in a group, the dialogue it's not boring, but it's kind of interesting. They do a great job delivering the lines as well, and they actually have two different types of lines. So if you're farther away, they kind of shout a little bit more. Arthur as well does this, and the other characters. But if you're closer, it's just kind of a normal conversation. That's really cool. Now, personally, I mean, I love Arthur, I love John, but there's two characters, Sadie Adler and Charles. I forgot his last name, but Sadie she had some really bad stuff happen to her. She was married, and there's this one gang that you kind of have to fight throughout a big portion of the game. I forgot their name, but that gang killed her husband, sadly, and she wants revenge. And she wasn't necessarily, you can actually see her in the beginning of the game, she's not a cowgirl. She's, is that what they call her? A cowboy that's a girl? That's a cowgirl, right? Sounds kind of weird, but she isn't, but you see her progress grow, and you can see that she's also a badass, and she's got dual pistols, and later on in the game, she's really cool. I absolutely love her character. That just goes to show you that you can make some really awesome female characters, and you can see their progression through a game, even though you're not playing as them. I think that's really cool. And Charles is his parents were actually mixed, and so of course he gets a lot of backlash from people. But I love him. He's so nice. He cares about a lot of different characters, and he wants to help people. And especially later on in the game, you see what happens. No spoilers, but you see later on what happens. And Charles and Arthur kind of have this connection. And towards like the very end of the game, because the game is very long. It has I believe it's called a prologue, a couple of hours, 6 chapters, okay, and then 2 chapters of the epilogue. And those 2 chapters that happens in the epilogue, Sadie and Charles, my 2 favorite characters, are a huge part of the epilogue. So that was really cool. So I'm really glad I got to see even more of them. And then you can actually see some stuff happen in the epilogue. Like once again, no spoilers, but it's pretty cool. And now, thankfully, I kind of want to transition into the gameplay. Now, this is going to include so much. This is not just going to be gameplay, but also side stuff and all this and that. But first thing I want to say, okay, I like to get the bad out first, because I don't want to leave you with a really bad taste on your mouth. I don't want that. I want to give you a great, great impression on this game. And let's start with the gunplay. In my opinion, the gunplay actually went down from the first game. And let me explain. If you have some regular revolver or repeating rifle, you don't just press R2 and fire. No, they actually changed in this game. And you guys know, I like innovation. I like to see some change and variation in the next game, which is great. Except only if it works. But it doesn't work because, okay, in the last game, fire, fire, fire makes sense. In this game, it's a little different because now you have to slightly press R2, okay, because he has to pull back the, I forgot what it's called. I'm going to get so much hate. I forgot what that's called. He has to pull it back to cock the gun and then fire. And now you're thinking to yourself, okay, what's the big deal? The big deal is if I fire, he fires, and then I press this again. No, it's not fire. He cocks it. But my R2 button's a little broke. And so if I'm in a duel, this is even worse. I've actually talked with a lot of people who play this game, and they hate the duels because you have to slightly, let me see if I can do this, slightly press R2, and then like a little meter fills, and a little meter fills, okay, and they have to fully press down R2 to draw. Well, it doesn't necessarily work because I slightly press and I press down, but the game doesn't register that I'm pressing down, so I'm literally breaking my controller as I'm trying to duel. And then this happened to me in like the first 5 hours of the game. I walked to this guy, he's like, yo, you want to duel me, bro? And I'm like, yeah, let's duel, bro. And I'm like, okay, perfect. Slightly press down. I'm literally fully pressed, the game doesn't register, bam, it shoots me. And you can see how infuriating it is. And the gameplay doesn't, you get very used to it, but I just don't know why they did it like this. It probably would have worked better if the game really, really knew what it was doing, and maybe you can slightly press the R2 or RT button for an Xbox, and then the Arthur cocks the gun halfway through and then fires when you fully press down. Maybe that would have been a better idea. I don't know what they were thinking, but sorry, I wanted to get that rant out of the way. And also, you can run dual pistols, and this makes no sense at all, but when you're shooting one pistol, this one doesn't move. Okay, I've never shot a gun before. I mean, I've seen, right? Anyway, that sounded so weird. You're shooting this gun. I'm pretty sure this one stays put. This one doesn't move. You shoot and you got recoil. This one moves, and you can shoot again, shoot again, shoot again. I could be wrong. I know I could be definitely wrong. I could so be wrong. I mean, but this game doesn't think that way. And so if you're running dual pistols, right, and I love running dual pistols, I think it's so cool. The game, when you shoot, there's like a circle that grows. There's a dot and then a circle that grows, and that's your new hit radius. But when you're running dual pistols, it doesn't just, the circle doesn't stay put like it should, because you still have that piss, pam, 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 pam. It doesn't do that. It goes like this, bam, 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 bam. It stays. So what is he doing? What is your character doing with the other hand? Is this hand in Africa and then it comes back and oh, sorry, my bad, and then so that was a miss. What? Doesn't make any sense. Yes, when you're running maybe the repeater and you shoot and you have to like re-aim, that makes perfect sense. But with the dual pistols, that makes no sense at all. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know. But thankfully, the gunplay, even though it may be a little not as much as I'd like it to be, that doesn't mean it's terribly bad. I just think it could maybe use a little bit of improvement. I may have been overdoing it, but then again, as I said, I have a kind of not a busted controller, but it's kind of wonky. So I don't really like how they did that. But some good aspects are the missions. All the missions are, in my opinion, great. I don't think there was one mission that I did not like. Like, for instance, there's this one mission, and it's actually a main mission, but you get drunk with a gang member called Lenny, and you guys just have a blast. You know what? Here's a little section. Everyone's just, it's ridiculous, and I absolutely love it. This is definitely something only Rockstar could do. Check this out.
Oh. That's great, partner. Lenny, where are you? Lenny! Camp. Found my friend. You know where he went? Yeah. Come here, boy. Come here. Leave the kid alone, you goddamn animals.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Nobody. I'm talking to nobody.
What did you say?
What?
I said, what did you say?
Get lost, buddy. Shut up, mister.
Yeah, shut your mouth, mister.
And not just the main missions are great, but also the side missions I think were really, really cool. And then there's, of course, stranger missions are back. So as you're just wandering the road, there's like sometimes a blimp that will pop up and you can assist or you can rob or you can do whatever you'd like to any civilian. Yeah, you can just go up to any civilian and rob them if you so choose. But that affects your karma. And throughout this whole game, you have a karma meter and it goes all the way from very bad to very good, high honor, if you will. And I did hear that the game affects, the ending affects, oh my gosh, the ending is affected by your honor. So if you have bad honor, it's kind of a worse ending. And I did watch all the endings after I beat the game, and I really hope you have good honor because that lower ending is not a good one. But yeah, it does affect, and it also has gameplay effects. If you go into a store with high honor, you get discounts. Like a lot of discounts. I kind of noticed that because I bought this one horse from, I believe it was Saint Denis, and it was 50% off. So instead of like $1,000, it was like $500. And it was one of the best horses in the game. And no, I did not get the white horse. I wasn't going to do that. I had so much money, I could just buy whatever I wanted. And that kind of actually leads me to my next point, is the money. This is a Rockstar game, okay? And in GTA 5, I think they did this a little better, but you rob stores. You're a game. You can rob stores, you can rob banks, and you do rob banks in this game. But there's a mission early on where you rob a bank and you get a ton of money, and some people have actually said this, but I get it. It's kind of, you get so much money at the beginning, and then you're kind of just like, okay, well, I can do whatever I like you're in this God mode, if you will. But you robbed a bank. Come on. I mean, that's kind of what happens when you rob a bank. You get a lot of money, well, especially back in the day. Not my problem, not today, but you get a lot of money. That's the point. But I get it. You don't really have to work so hard anymore like The Witcher 3, unless you did some glitches. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I was new to The Witcher, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool glitch." I'm actually kind of glad I did because I got to enjoy The Witcher better. Never mind. That's a different game. Hopefully, I can actually do a review on that because that's my. By the way, Witcher 3 is my favorite game of all time. But hopefully, I can do a review on that. But yeah, it kind of does. Sure, it kind of does break the whole working hard for your money thing. But I don't see a problem with it. I enjoyed it. I got to have a blast with it. So if you have problems with that, I want to let you know that.
Right there, friend.
Oh, hey, you couldn't help me get my other horse back from over there, could you?
Sure, no problem. Here you go.
You're a gentleman, sir. A gentleman.
No, not really. I was just trying to impress the women.
Well, anyway, thank you.
Now, Rockstar, I think, overdid themselves in this one. This game has over 500,000 lines of dialogue, okay? And over 300,000 animations. Yes, the animations are very, very good. And you got reloading animations, of course, for all the weapons. There's quite a few weapons. You got getting on your horse. You got getting off your horse. All these things add up. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you do. And so they did not spare any time on this. And I know there's this huge scandal of long hour work weeks. And I could get all into that. I'm not going to get into that. But their hard work did easily pay off, without a doubt. Now, another annoying thing. It's not so bad, like game breaking, it's just very annoying. I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but they should be fired immediately. I'm kidding. But there are moments in the game where the game literally slows you down to a snail-like crawl, okay? I mean, you could be in camp, you could be walking up to like a main mission area where you have to walk up to a character and say, hi, hello, how are you, blah, blah. The game slows you down to a crawl, and it's so annoying getting around camp when you're barely walking. Yeah, you can kind of like do this little fast walk, but it's nowhere near fast enough, and it's kind of it's very annoying. I don't know why you would do something like that. So many people have talked to me about this. I'm like, I know it sucks badly. I do not like it, but. Just want to let you know. No, it's not game breaking, as I said. It's just annoying. It's really, really annoying. Now, I know I dress up differently in every video, and I kind of wanted to do like a theme for every game. So in Spider-Man, I had a red shirt because of Spider-Man. I don't know what I was doing for Shadow of the Colossus. That was just a really quick review. I threw something on. I was like, okay, let's just do it because I wanted to do something before Red Dead. But this, I want to put on my leather jacket, okay? Because it's leather, cowboys, holsters, I don't know, and the black because of, I don't know, outlaws. I don't know, I think it looks okay, but I just want to let you guys know, hopefully I can do a theme for every video. Not like a costume, just like a theme. So, there you go. There is no way I'm going to rush this. I'm going to take my sweet time making this review. I'm going to give you as much detail as I can. I don't care how long this video gets, but I want you guys to know that this. I don't want you to go in there like, oh, you didn't tell me that. Okay, yeah, I might miss a few things, but I want to give you a good basis. And personally, there's things in the game that I will not say. I will not tell you about because I think those moments should definitely be experienced yourself. I don't want to tell you anything about those moments. And there are moments like this in Red Dead Redemption 2. But once again, there are specific, I don't want to ruin anything, so hopefully you guys will enjoy those moments as much as I did. As you're playing through the game, Arthur actually is dynamic. His beard and his hair grow throughout the game, day by day, and you can actually get these hair tonics from the store, and you can drink some. It'll make your hair grow, because there'll be a point where your hair will stop growing, and you have to drink these hair tonics to get even longer. I think the hair will keep growing until the max level, but the beard won't grow. I think the max level for hair is 7, and max level for beard is 10. But you have to drink those hair tonics to get that, and I mean, it grows. I'm not talking like a bushy. No, I'm talking okay, not Gandalf, but you know, it's insane. So I think that's cool. I don't have a problem with that at all. Yeah, rock it, bro. Heck yeah, do what you need to do. I think it's pretty cool. And Arthur has these hats, and you can customize them, his clothes. You can make your own look at cowboy. Arthur can be however you want him to look. And you can shave. You can do whatever you please. You can make him bald if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. But if you do lose your hat, there's actually like a little icon on the map where the hat is, so you can pick up the hat. Granted, you can get on your horse, and then you can easily change your clothes on the horse. So if you go into a place with colder weather or a place with hotter weather, you can change your clothes on the fly, which is really nice, and you can just you can equip your hat from the horse. So you don't really need to go looking for it all. You can just call your horse, jump on, and it pops up right on your head. So it's really cool. It's nice and easy. Doesn't go over the top, excuse me. Now, speaking of the horse is actually a huge part of this game, because you have to kind of connect with this horse, and the more connection you have with this horse, you can unlock more skills, and then it can have higher stamina, more health, so on, etc. And when it dies, if it dies, that's it. The horse doesn't come back to life. Well, you can actually get these horse survivors, I think they're called. So when it goes in like this down state, this never happened to me, so I don't know exactly how this works, but it goes into like this down state, and then you can revive it. But if you don't, then it's gone forever. You can't, nothing. So you have to buy a new horse, and you can have like 3 horses at a time at the stable. So if something does happen, you can walk into a stable, get your new horse. Granted, you haven't been riding that horse, so it's not going to be as high level. So it's really dynamic. And when I actually traded in my horse for another horse, I actually felt kind of sad. You can name your horse. I named my horse, and I felt sad. I was like, no. And of course, I named him Vulpe, and so I felt kind of sad. And I was like, oh. But then that one had a little higher stats. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes up for it. But yeah, the horse is really cool. Don't be judging the horse, okay? And you can even customize the horse. The horse can get different hairstyles and different tail hairstyles and different saddles and different whatever that thing is called that you hold on to on the top of the saddle, and you can give different stirrups and different saddlebags and different like the bed at the end of the saddlebag. The bed at the end of the saddle. You can customize it to your heart's content. So you got Arthur, you can customize his appearance. You got the horse, you can customize that thing's appearance. You can customize a lot of things. This game has great detail, and you can even customize your weapons. Yes, that's right. You can, personally, I like to run the dual pistols. They don't actually have pistols. Well, no, they do. My bad. They have Mausers in this game. But personally, I like to run the Schofields, the dual Schofields. And those things were really cool. And I customized them, and I had 2 different engravings on the palms of those 2 different revolvers. But I engraved with like a silver and like a blue engraving. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I like to run those dual pistols. I think those are really cool. And then I had I think the Lancaster repeater was one with the double barrels. I had like a wolf on the buttstock, and it was really, really cool. And I looked like silver. I think it was really cool, like a dark wood. It's really cool. You can customize however you please, and so you can be your own unique cowboy. So I don't think any other game does that with this much level of detail. So that's really cool. Now I'm 100% sure you probably have all seen the ridiculous ragdoll physics of the horse. You could literally hit a leaf and you would go flying with the horse. Just look at this.
Okay, boy. Let's go.
Yeah, a little ridiculous. Granted, I did hit things. That was my fault. But it's a little ridiculous at moments, and sometimes the horse doesn't jump over things, so he jumps over the littlest things, but when it comes to like the big stuff, like, okay, I got this, you're gonna jump over it, he doesn't, and you hit the floor. It's ridiculous. It's Rockstar.
Stay with me. We ain't done yet.
You can play this whole game in first-person mode. That's right. You can literally switch in the first-person mode, and you can right, and you get the you can do that. You can ride your horse. You can play the whole entire game, obviously except cutscenes, or maybe you could. I never actually tried it. I don't think so. In first person, I think it's really cool. And they have this cinematic camera. Now, I'm gonna actually go into this really little thing here. Fast travel. Okay, this game is huge. This map is huge. Okay, I'm pretty sure that they even have the top half of the first game's map in this game. Okay, so Armadillo, McFarlane's Ranch, all that is in this game. I'm pretty sure, because there's a mission where you see that area, where you go into that area. You don't actually go into Armadillo, but you can see it with binoculars. I'm pretty sure you can go down there and go into it. So this game is huge, over 100 gigabytes, 100 gigabytes, okay, of data. So that's nothing to scoff at. But this game is huge, and so there's a lot of horse riding, okay? Does it get annoying? Yeah. Toward not the beginning, because you're like, oh, this is so sick, right? You get all the trees, you have the animals. There's a bunch of animals too. The wildlife is phenomenal. There's foxes, rabbits, birds, different types of birds, different types of animals running around. It's gorgeous. Sorry, I went off on the side here. But the game is huge, and there's a lot of writing, okay? But this is something Angry Joe talked about, and I do not agree with him on this. I do not agree with him at all. I think, yes, I do agree with him on the part that there's a lot of horse riding filler, but okay, and the fast travel, once again, is hidden. It's hidden behind this. You have to buy so much just to get the fast travel, and it doesn't tell you, so you have to look it up, and then finally you get it, and you can fast travel only from your camp to any area you've previously visited. And you can't fast travel to the camp. So to fast travel on the world, you have to go into a stagecoach or a train. And that's perfectly fine with me. But I don't see the problem there. You can just go to a stagecoach or a train, and as I said, you get a ton of money, so paying isn't really a problem. I don't understand that point. But getting to the camp is sometimes annoying, and if you don't want to go to a train or stagecoach, I completely understand. But what you can do is you can set a waypoint, and then of course you have that red, trail along the road that the game tells you where to go, and you can hold. You're constantly smashing X as you're galloping, and then your horse will lose its stamina, so you have to stop for a little bit. Not stop, you have to kind of go into a slow gallop for a little bit, and then what you can do is you can hold X to go into a gallop, just hold like a normal gallop, and then hold the touchpad. Okay, let me. Hold X and hold the touchpad, and then the cinematic mode will load, and then it'll go into the cinematic mode and let go of everything. Let go. And then the game will gradually go along that path that you set up. So that's if you really hate the galloping, but that doesn't really help, because people will walk up to you and say, hey, thanks, and I did that towards the end of the game, and I go on my phone, I kind of still hear with my headphones, but then I didn't really notice, and the guy was like, so what do you think? And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? There's no way to, I'm sorry. So you're just like, he's like, what? Yes or no? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. What did you say? And so you're kind of stuck, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And I left. And he's like, oh, suit yourself. And I'm like, maybe. So, there you go. Speaking of trains and all that, when you actually take a train to Saint Denis, I don't know why, but you get off the train, and there's another train that's not it's not moving, it's not in use, and so you have to wait for the actual train to move all the way through to get past to go into the city. It's annoying, and your horse is over there, and you can hear it screaming because probably the train's hitting it, and you're just like, what's going on? And it's kind of annoying. There's a little thing there. And you also have to take care of Arthur. You have to eat. You have to sleep. Well, you don't really have to sleep. You have to eat. You can actually lose and gain weight, which is pretty cool. You have to take care of him. You have to wash him. You can go into, you can actually go into a, I think it's like a hotel where you can get a room or something to kind of spend the night in, whatever. And you can actually get a bath. And it's not expensive, but you can get a bath and you can enjoy yourself. And you can get a nice wash at the bubbly. And sometimes they even have champagne. And so you're drinking champagne for 25 cents. What? That's phenomenal. I wish they had that now. 25 cents for a bathroom champagne, phenomenal. Okay? That's pretty cool. And if you don't wash yourself, people actually react and they'll be like, "Oh my god." Or sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, I like your new hat if you look really nice." Yeah, people actually say that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, take care of yourself, not just in life, but in the game. But since you're probably playing the game like crazy, like I was, you're probably not taking care of yourself. Now, you can even hunt for food. Sometimes you can even hunt a deer, grab the carcass, and bring it back to the camp, and you can assist the camp with the supplies, and you can hunt legendary animals, and you can bring these legendary animal pelts, and oh, by the way, the skinning. There are skinning animations for a bunch of different animals. Just it's really cool. The deer is a little different than the bear, but sometimes the game will like cut because animal's too big, or it's gonna be really weird. But the game, it's really cool. The animations for skinning, I think, was really cool. You can also take these legendary pelts, legendary animal pelts, or just regular pelts, and you can either sell the normal pelts or bring the legendary pelts to I believe what's his name called?
Get the words out properly, fat man.
A trapper. And this trapper will make you outfits. If you kill a legendary fox, you can wear a huge legendary fox hat on your head if you so desire. So that's something that you can do. Now the camp is probably kind of a huge part of the game because everybody's in the camp, you say hi to everybody, a lot of your missions come from the camp, and the game kind of pushes you to take care of the camp. There's medical supplies, ammunition, and food. And these all have different meters, like red is bad, yellow is okay, and I think white is you're in the good. But this, I didn't see anything bad happen if I just let it all go to red. And later on in the game, you can't even do anything. Like, it doesn't even let you upgrade. So you kind of have to do all your upgrades early on in the game. So, why bother to even try helping the camp? I'm giving, like, hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands of dollars. And some people bring, like a feather. A freaking feather! He killed a man with a pencil! Freaking pencil! John Wick, get it? That was a really weird impression. I don't know. Oh man, but yeah, a feather. A freaking feather. Seriously, what a disappointment. What a disappointment. But the camp is pretty cool. They'll, after some successful missions, when something nice happens, they'll have like a little party, and everyone will join themselves. And Dutch will even play a beautiful song. The Flower Duet, that's what it's called, I believe. That's funny because my mom sings opera, so she's gonna really be pissed if I don't get that song right. But yeah, and it's take a listen, take in the atmosphere here. I'll do you a flavor.
Morning.
I do say, she says young man really low for the diddle 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 all day.
And Arthur also has his wonderful Deadeye back, so this does help the game, the gunplay a lot, because you can just slow down time, mark, and bam, bam, bam. So that's really nice, and you can actually, there's a bunch of different items in this game. This game has a lot of items, and you can take these health tonics to boost your health or make you kind of invincible for a little bit, or like make your Deadeye unlimited for a little bit, or like boost your Deadeye meter, refill it, and you have these cores, and you have to make sure those cores are high, or else those meters, those regular health meters, won't fill fast enough. So you have to take care of yourself, and all these things really add up to a better gameplay system, because you don't want lower cores, and that won't affect your health. You have to take care of your horse as well. The horse has cores, so you gotta feed your horse. You gotta make sure your horse is nice and fine, or else and the horse can get dirty too. So, and it will lower its speed. So you have to clean the horse. Everything it's very, very almost realistic, if you will, but it's a lot of attention to detail, and I applaud that. Throughout the game, there's other ways to earn money. You can get bounties, you can even get some money doing some side missions and stuff. You can go gambling if you so please. I actually really like to play blackjack in the game. I don't know all the rules, but like the splitting of the cards or double down, I don't know what that is. But I like to just, 21, it's fun. you can do that if you like. Now the game world is actually kind of dynamic itself. You'll actually see some houses or stores being built, and then I'm pretty sure you can come back later and it's done. Yeah, I distinctly remember, I didn't get any footage of the done part, but you can see all these different places being built. And when later on in the game, you actually go to Blackwater, which is, in the first game, and you can see how all those places were being built. And you actually go into those places in the first game. It was pretty cool to see that. So the whole world is dynamic. And the weather. There's weather, and night and day, of course, but then there's weather. Fall will come, rain will come. Sometimes it'll be like a beautiful sunset. It's a gorgeous game. This game is absolutely phenomenal. I constantly just sit there and be like, gorgeous. I'm not even playing on a Pro. I'm not playing on an X. I'm playing on a regular PS4, and this game looks phenomenal. This just goes to show you what a developer can do if they really push and really want to do this, if they care about their product. So it's gorgeous. This is I'm very sorry. I'm really passionate about this game, and oh no, I'm not gonna cry. No, I'm not. But yes, this section is gonna be a little longer because it's not gonna be a lot of me talking though. But one of the side activities you can do is you can go see movies or shows, and this can range from just like a little story theater, or a full-on, I'm talking like magic trick show, if you will, and an actual performance. Now, once again, I'm a performer, so I respect these people, even though they're not real. The people that saying these are real, but I want you to just look at this, and I want you to just kind of experience what I experienced, and hopefully, it's going to be a little long, but I think it's worth it. I mean, some of the stuff that happens is kind of crazy, so enjoy.
So ton that even I could outrun him. I'm smart and quick, said Rabbit. I'll outrun Old Man Wind if he comes a-calling, or...
Hello! Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Aldridge T. Abington. Thank you. Yes, Aldridge T. Abington. Few men have had a career...
Using lightning-quick reflexes taught to me by a tiny man I met in the distant Orient. I will catch the bullet in my teeth. Yes, my teeth. To prove that these are indeed live rounds, if my sharpshooting assistant would be so kind as to shoot this bottle of Lally-Cola off my head. Off my head? Careful. I could do without a bullet in the brain right now.
Okay. Oh my God. What?
Oh my God!
Sweet Jesus.
This only scares me. Now, observe as I, the great Benjamin Lazarus, will do what no man has ever done and cheat death as if it were nothing.
What is he doing? Oh my God!
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you.
This what they call
Thank you.
entertainment in this town.
Let's do that again. I challenge any member of the audience to come forward with their own firearm, and I will yet again display my uncanny skill to catch a bullet in my teeth. Is no one man
All right,
enough?
let's go.
Fantastic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will prove to you I am the greatest entertainer to ever live and the only man who laughs at death. Now, ready? Take aim.
Oh, not a fight is too much.
This is incredible.
And fire.
Okay.
Dang it. I believe, ladies just an illusion, after all.
And howling at the moon in the streets and alleys of each saloon. The rich and poor and the bourgeoisie, they's all heading down to Saint Denis. France didn't really give us much, except wine and grapes and fancy such and such. Pretend to be French, but can't you see? I'd rather live in Saint Denis. Yes, I'd rather live in Saint Denis. So draw your money, come see your honey in old Saint Denis. Yes.
Going back to the world for a second, this is, as I said, it's a living, breathing world, and so you can overhear conversations, and where you can kind of peek into stores and see some stuff happening in the background. And there's actually, I believe it's the doctor in Valentine. And you can actually get a Schofield revolver super early on in the game, and you can see there's some guy working with some stuff, and then you can go up to him and say, "It'll take me in the back," and then he'll open the door, and then make sure you kill everybody. I know that sounds weird, but no, I mean, you'd be surprised who will try to kill you. Okay, so do not be merciless when you get that Schofield revolver. Be merciless. There's even secret items around the world, like Viking helmets and hatchets and a bunch of different stuff. There's even some crazy missions where stuff happens to Arthur, which I'm not gonna say, but yes, you can experience all of this. So be careful whose home you walk into and who you choose to help. But yeah, just be careful. And with the horse, this is Rockstar. Oh, Rockstar. You listened. It's as if you just listened to my Shadow of the Colossus review, because the horse, how it controls butter. But no, none of that. None of that low fat, non-fat, butter, unsalted. Ugh. I'm talking the fattiest. I'm talking the saltiest, beautiful butter. I'm talking Paula Deen butter, okay? Just look at this. Look how the horse turns. I'm literally going in a circle, and when I stop the circle and I go straight, look how it moves. It dynamically moves, and it moves its hooves in a great way. It doesn't just okay, I'm gonna go back to shadow. No, it beautifully moves and gracefully moves, and it rides along the sunset. Yes, this is how horse controls should be, except for when it slows you down. That's still annoying. But yes, Rockstar. Yes. Good job. When you're robbing banks, you can have to choose to go loud or just silently crack the codes. Or Arthur kind of, he listens and to the safe, but you can choose. And you can choose whether to leave a little early to maybe kind of save yourself, or kind of stay a little longer. So I like that.
Keep your mouth shut. You understand me?
And look, over there!
All right. Yeah!
This ain't over.
And during main missions, sometimes there'll be sneak missions. There's no just all out blasting. No, sometimes you have to sneak and use that bow and arrow. So the bow and arrow isn't just for hunting. You have to be sometimes silent. And the game, of course, if you go loud, it'll retry the checkpoint. But there's a little dynamic in the main missions. So good job, Rockstar, for not just making the same old thing every single time. And of course, I experienced my fair share of glitches. No, not anything like I'm gonna reduce the score. Just ridiculous glitches that are kind of just funny. I don't laugh at glitches. I don't find glitches funny, but I laughed at these ones. I was like, okay, a smile came across my face. I thought they were pretty funny. Just check these out.
Yeah!
Yeah, they think it was the Braithwaites. Listen, I know these great boys a bit now. This is on the level.
And Arthur is a badass. Okay, he's a badass. Just look at this. Look at this man. Look how he handles this situation.
You can't stand there.
What, in the street?
Yes, in the street.
Is it your street?
Just get out of here.
Why?
I said, just get out of here.
Listen, partner. I'm waiting on a lady. She's a fine lady. She's just gone inside. If I wasn't waiting on this lady, you'd be dead already. But if you continue to irritate me, I'll kill you. And make my apologies to the lady. It's your call.
Oh, I didn't mean nothing.
Never been so demeaned in my life.
Apology accepted. Oh, wait,
daughter.
right there.
I have half of my.
I will say that in towns, I did have a kind of a big FPS problem. Not huge, but just it was like you could tell the FPS. And another thing, it is so. It's not in anywhere else, but in Saint Denis, you will go. And of course, I'm trying to ride through the town. I'm not trying to stop for any civilians, and I will accidentally hit a civilian. He'll go fall. He won't die, but he'll just go fall on the ground, and then. I mean, it's like the SWAT of the 1899 com, and you're getting shot. You're getting shot from here. You're getting shot from here. You're getting shot from there. You're getting shot from everywhere, and you don't know what's going on. And then it sucks. And you have to pay this huge bounty. And if you shoot anybody, you have to pay this huge bounty. It wasn't even my fault, but. Oh man! And if an NPC does it, well. Look at this.
So,
I don't know. Rockstar, you done goofed. But of course it's Rockstar. You literally. I mean, you could take a speck of sand, throw it at a cop car in GTA, and 5-star, and the helicopters flying everywhere. So, I mean. Yeah, it's Rockstar. At the beginning of the game, it's kind of weird because Arthur is he's an outlaw. He doesn't care. He will beat up people and he's beaten up. He will do whatever he needs to be done for the gang. So if you kind of act like a good person towards the beginning of the game, it's weird because it doesn't really match his main story character. It's like he's two different people. But towards the end of the game, he's a nicer person. So if you're playing as an outlaw, that doesn't make any sense either. The game kind of flip-flops. It's nothing big. It's just kind of a little weird. And there are moments in this game where the gang comes together and stuff happens. And it makes you just want to cry. Because it's glorious. It's sad at the same time because of what's going on. But it's just phenomenal because... There's one mission where it's by far my favorite mission in the whole game. This music plays, and y'all get in like this line. You're walking down the road, and y'all have your guns out, and you're just like, you know stuff's about to happen. My favorite mission by far. I don't want to ruin it, but something happens, and they all come together, and it's such a cool mission. I have a screenshot of that mission as my PS4 wallpaper. I have the official Red Dead Redemption 2 wallpaper, but I changed that for that, so... Oh man, I loved that mission. It's really cool. So they're a family. They're a family. And when stuff needs to be done, it gets done. Now, when I finished this game, I personally thought there was a lot of replay value because you can choose to be an outlaw or you can choose to be a good person if you did that of the first time or the second time or whatever. You can choose. It's completely up to you. So I think there's a lot of replay value there, and I cannot wait to replay this game again. I actually really want to. This game makes me want to replay it and replay the first Red Dead Redemption at the exact same time. I don't know why, but it does, and I cannot wait to do that. I actually really want to play the first one again, but that just goes to show you what a really great game can do. It can remind you of older games and the nostalgia that you had, so good job there, Rockstar. Now, I'm a huge music fan, and I love soundtracks of video games. You guys know that. And this is nothing to scoff at. There are moments in this game where stuff will happen in the story, and then these very special songs will play. And there's one part in the story where I bawled my eyes out. This is not it, but take a little look from this section of the game. Something just happened. I'm not going to say what, but look at the different music that plays as you're playing the game. This is really, really cool, and I love the soundtrack. You guys whoever composed the soundtrack, they deserve all the money they earned. It was great. Good job, guys. Alright guys, I think I covered everything, honestly. I mean, I'm pretty sure I covered everything. There's really nothing else without spoiling, of course. There's a lot of stuff I don't want to spoil. I could talk, but I don't want to spoil. So, yeah, I think it's time for my final score. And without a doubt, I know a lot of people have been iffy about this and giving it 8, 9, 10, whatever. Actually, I don't think I've seen 8s. I've seen 9s and 10s, but I understand when people want to give it a 9. I understand where people want to give it a 10. But where I lie, I might be a little biased, but the problem that other people kept coming up with, I didn't have a problem with. I kept playing this game and I enjoyed every second of it. There was not once, okay, yeah, of course, like the slow walking and sometimes gunplay, yeah, sure. But they all just were in the back of my mind when all these phenomenal times happened. So I can easily, without a doubt, give this game a 10 out of 10.
You sure?
Easy. This game earns that 10 out of 10. And I'm so proud to give it my first ever 10 out of 10. I kind of wanted to do The Witcher 3 because I knew I was going to give that game a 10 out of 10. But no, I'm proud to give this game a 10 out of 10. My first ever 10 out of 10 on this channel. This is a game I am proud to play, and I'm proud to say to my friends, you need to play this. This needs to be in your library. I can look past some of the problems. No game is perfect. You guys know. No game is perfect, in my opinion. Every game has problems. God of War, 9 out of 10. It has a lot of oh, my princess, another castle. It has a lot of problems. And some of the difficulty stuff is, right, you know what I'm saying. Every game has its problems, but this is a game they took their so much time on, and it paid off easily, okay? So guys, that's my final score for Red Dead Redemption 2. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to subscribe, do so. But please, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you